Affordability is in two aspects. Number one is the house priced cheaply compared to the market. And number two, can the people that we're selling these houses to afford the mortgage? So I could anticipate that there was going to be challenges on the financing side, and it is something that would have to work with the banks, with the government, to try and find a way to make this really affordable. Now, like all good things, I seriously underestimated the complexities and the problems that we would face. Number one, all those estates, the people who are living there, were paying extremely low rents. And their expectation was that if they vacate those properties, number one, they would be paid compensation, even though they didn't own those homes. And number two, they'd be given first right to come in and buy those. And in my planning and in my thinking, I genuinely, and until today, I am desperately trying to find a way to make sure that all these people who left these old houses can come back and be owners, which eventually boiled down to a question of affordability of the mortgage. And I started working with the government to see how we can do a tenant purchase scheme where a person is paying rent but ultimately becomes an owner of that property. It's a financial challenge, and it's not something that we can solve quickly, but we are on the way to solving that problem. The second challenge I had not seriously anticipated. I mean, I was expecting that this is something which is good for the community, everybody will welcome it. But no, it became a huge political issue, largely because I was running for governor. My opponents chose to make this into a political battlefield. Or you're grabbing land, or you're kicking out poor people from their homes, or you're not creating enough value, or the city is not getting value for its land, and a multitude of unnecessary noise emerged out of this. Now, we did a lot of public participation. Number one, we engaged with the residents of the estate. They had their own committee. We sat down, we discussed with them, we explained to them the whole thing. And gradually they came to accept it and they came to welcome the idea. But it was not all open acceptance. Even within the residents, a rebel group came up to challenge us, which is fine, we expect that. And I think it is something that is going to be a feature of any affordable housing exercise in Africa. Politics will always come into play, and you need to find a way to deal with it. Now, fast forward to 2022. President Ruto has made affordable housing one of his key projects. Incidentally, in the opposition manifesto, affordable housing was also part of the project, part of the manifesto. But it has become a big, hot political potato, which is normal. We expect this. Now, my vision for these houses